Welcome back to Water Break. I'm your host, Renee, and I am here with.
Azul.
I'm gonna need you to
It
speak up
didn't
just
even
a
it
little
didn't
bit
it didn't
more.
even pick me up. That's crazy.
Yeah, so I am here with my co-host, co-founder,
Azul Azar.
and
Stage name.
stage.
And
That's
real
your
name.
actual fucking name. Like, I'm so jealous. This man was blessed with like fucking. I should probably not
You gotta
try to
stop
try to
though.
cuss as much though.
You have so many names. Whoa, did we say this was gonna be a clean podcast? Because I wasn't aware.
I thought we were trying to get like fucking
Sponsored.
monetized.
Fucking. I mean, clearly not the first episodes,
And
but
I'm just
like
gonna I'm a bleep shit up, so we'll be alright.
bleach
But
the track.
the,
But
the reason for you being here today is just because like I had Vincent on the last episode. Kind of got into a little.
'cause I
of
was
his
in the
past.
car already. We're breaking the fourth wall.
He was not in the car actually.
I know that is kind of crazy. Like,
Context.
why?
Context. We're in the car. Like
Yeah, we were at a show.
and now we're in
A
the car.
show. A show.
Yeah. So how'd that show go for you?
You know, it was very lax because we talked about like it was very chill. It was all people we knew. It was just a bunch of artists doing their thing. It was very low key.
Yeah.
So I was super chill, which of course, uh, some word forgetting initially for my song, as you noticed.
I saw that. I was like, how the fuck do I know your words better?
It's not that, first of all,
Okay.
but it's just like
Bro has performance anxiety.
it's weird though, cause it's like a focus thing. Like it's tough. I haven't found the balance yet, and shit, maybe yeah, this is the type of stuff we're looking for. But like yeah, I haven't found the balance yet when performing of being able to fully let go. Damn. Being able to fully let go with my just energy and being like totally lax versus like a little bit nervous, a little bit like keyed in before I perform. And then I perform and I'm off the hook and I'm chilling, I'm good. But like so it's been a little bit like up and down sometimes. Also, I will say for this one I rehearsed a few times cuz they're all songs I know, but it was just like yeah, new environment and honestly the stage was kind of fucking me up a little bit.
Dude,
I didn't like.
was the stage a little bouncy to you?
Oh yeah, I saw it moving, but like for me, it was just like crowded, like small. I'm just because I'm used to having so much
Yeah, I
space
feel
to
like you
move
move around a
around.
lot. Yeah.
Yeah, I literally like to walk around while I'm performing. Like even if I'm just going back and forth in my little space, like that. I was like, I would move my foot and it would hit an amp, and I would be caught up in the chord and like
hmm
so.
I had one opinion though on your set. I feel like you
Go
should have
ahead.
ended with no risk.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like sometimes I like to do like end on a high, but usually my ideal for sets for performing is like I want it to be a journey of feeling and a vibe because I have so many different vibes and I have so many different sounds. So I am really purposeful about set list and curating the energies. And for me, it's like if we're all being brought up, I want to also facilitate the come down too. You know what I mean? So
You give them that energy, like the
yeah,
climax,
like
and
I'm
then
like we
we can,
start
yeah.
we start like energetic but chill for
Mhm.
for tonight. Explaining tonight's set list, like Polaroid Prison, we start energetic but not like that you have to be jumping up for. Then go into like ease into the rap or the more like straight rap with the chill version of the Step Outside one. And then no risk now that we got like they know I'm dropping the bars. I'm going. I got I can
I
flow. I
got
can
that
spit.
range.
Yeah. Then yeah, we go and hit no risk. That's the peak. That's the climax. Like we're up there. And then because it's about managing managing energy, like I was saying about why I didn't want to go last either, if I have a choice, because it's dope to close the show depending on the context. But like when it's 8 to 12 and it's not, definitely when it's not packed or some shit, like people aren't like the electricity isn't in the atmosphere. Like, yeah, and like by the time I was up, I could already see people were starting to fade, but we're engaged, thankfully. But like, yeah, once the final performances were going, like I could feel the fatigue from everyone, which is of course like, yeah, if there's not as big of a crowd, it's gonna be like that. But so that's why like same reason as that, I like to ease down too, to kind of match like, okay, we went up here when we had energy.
Because you know you're setting someone up too. Like you don't want to give them off. Like, do you? Okay, maybe this like might sound selfish. Like you don't want to give them energy. Since you're like opening up for someone,
Oh,
you kind of want to set them back
Not
at the
that.
baseline.
I actually was saying, I was about to say sometimes my part of my reasoning when I do want to end on a really energetic one is so that the next person who goes gets like a total boost. Because I remember my first show, SOS Fest Long Beach. Very thankful that all came about after like my second ever open mic or third ever open mic. But that was my 15-minute set, and it was like a lot was going on. There were like people playing loud ass instruments outside too, so you could kind of hear it in there. It was like there was a lot going on, but I had a set that was well timed because a lot of people were still there. Like, and so that meant that like, you know, I was gonna have a good amount of people able to see, but at the time before I was gonna go, it was one dude before me, but they had done like a comedy break before before going back to the music, and it absolutely killed the vibe. Like, nigga was not funny, straight up was not funny, and he was clowning Brooke. He was clowning my lady. I shouldn't even have name dropped her, but like first name is fine. But like, because he was going around. Oh, this nigga was not funny. Oh my god, I cannot stress enough. But like, basically,
no. You have like, you're valid as fuck. Like if somebody were like in front of you, make like clowning, you were like your girl, right? Like, bro.
Well, but and it was like. And thankfully, it was quick. So if he had,
do you remember
really
what he
stayed
said?
On it, yeah. I'll get to it. But if he had really stayed on it, then yeah, we would have both been. My girl, she's strong as shit. Like, I got a strong ass, fierce ass woman. So she would have. Damn, but she would have said something herself. But he moved on pretty quick. But basically, his whole shtick was fucking elementary ass, like dissing people in the crowd. Like, literally before, like, the first person was someone with glasses, and he hit him with the "What's up, Four Eyes." That's the level of comedy we're dealing with.
Hell no.
And so he's just going around talking about probably someone's weight, someone's height, and then he fucking walks his goofy ass over to Brooke, and she's like, she has her glasses, looking fine in hell, looking fine as hell, glasses or no glasses, but. She has her glasses on, and this nigga repeats the same joke to her. He literally hit her with the Four Eyes shit again, and we were all like, bro.
Like, were you laughing just because it was bad?
Yes, we were. Yeah, I was like, we were chuckling because it was just like so ridiculous, and she was not amused. She did not have like a smile on her face, because I'm like, yeah, she'd appreciate it if it was actually funny.
Yeah.
But so we had to sit through his set before it was time to get back to the music, and I was thankfully not right after.
Oh,
but
okay.
There was one performer before that, and people had like the place had like cleared out low key, like there weren't that many people in there, and I was like, fuck.
At least he wasn't making like suicide jokes out of suicide prevention.
I feel like we're gonna see that dude again. I feel like we're gonna see that guy again for sure somewhere.
He's definitely Long Beach.
That was hilarious,
bro.
for all
Time
the
and a
wrong
place.
reasons.
Oh my god.
I'm like, yeah, that's a whole nother story. But basically, the dude who came up, to get back to the point, the dude who came up before me and after that, this dude Mikey Rocks, shout out Mikey Rocks. I hope he's doing well, but he has like a dope routine. He'll come out in like a full like red gi and like on some kung fu type shit, and he just has like an energetic ass set and like energetic ass songs, or at least the ones he was doing at the time. Energetic songs and just like, yeah, super hype and great for the crowd. So like people started to come back in and stuff. And I had 15 minutes. I'm pretty sure he had 15 minutes. So there was a good amount of time for that process to happen. So and then he ended on like a major one where he's jumping around and he's kicking on stage and shit, and it was really dope. But he set me up in the best way possible.
Mhm.
He brought
The energy
people
back
back
up.
in, and then I ended up bringing more people back in, which was dope. But like he made it so, okay, dude bombed and fucked up the whole energy.
Because that's not an easy thing to do either. Like to
No.
fucking bring the energy back into a room.
For real. But it's like if you own your shit and people are feeling it, then yeah. So that's why for me, I look at that as like, wow, someone is positive. Like in sports or in the NBA, they'll be like, what was your welcome to the NBA moment or welcome to the NFL moment? Like, and it's usually like a bad thing. Like when you realize, oh shit, this shit's real. Like someone hits you hard or something.
So
For
you're
me,
yeah.
that was like a positive kind of thing where it was like, welcome to performing. And I mean, in entertainment industry, you can't just be expecting positive like that all the time.
Yeah.
But it was a really important thing to show me to set up my principles around that, which is like if I can set someone up to have a great set too, I will. Like I'm down.
What would you say is your like worst set ever? Or like
You
at
were
least to this
there
point.
at my worst set ever, and it wasn't even
They weren't.
it wasn't even a full set. It was one song. That was at what was that? What's that place?
Oh, are you saying at the speakeasy?
The Speakeasy, LA
Oh,
Open, and second time going to LA Open because I didn't get to perform the first time. And my dumbass, this was an important lesson learned, but basically I had just written a song that week, and I was like, this song is dope. But you know what I realized? It's so funny because afterwards I realized that I thought it was dope because even as I was writing it, I was like, it sounds good because it sounds like other songs like this. And I don't know, I don't have a completely fleshed out way to fully elaborate on that, but just like when you're writing a song, you can have the feeling that it sounds good because you think it sounds good as an individual, uniquely something you created, or you can have the feeling that it sounds good because it sounds like what you hear on the radio or it sounds like what you play on Spotify.
Mm-hmm.
Those are two different things to me. They can align, but like they're also not, they can be separate. And so that it was so ironic to realize that like the song that I had performed and the only time that I've like legit bombed was something that I didn't even like or write just solely off like, oh yeah, I really think this is great. It was just like, oh yeah, I could hear this being played on a playlist or radio or
Mm-hmm.
because there's not a ton of it that stands out. But it's still cool. I want to come back to it. But because of that
Wait, is it because of the experience you haven't gone back to that song?
yeah, not
Damn.
yet. Not yet. Because it was just so jarring and I had to learn the hard way. So basically the thing that I learned was like,
I just want to say that I was like, dude, do the song like because nobody knows the song.
yeah, no, facts. You were right. And it's so funny too, like when we were first going out to events, I remember I would always have like a song I was planning on performing, and you'd be like, "What song are you gonna do?" Or you'd be like, "You should do this song," and it would always fuck me up, and it would always throw my whole shit off, and I'd be like, God damn it. Like, man, I was set on this, and now I'm like, well, yeah, maybe I should do that one, or like,
Don't listen to me. I'm just
no,
like,
no, no.
like
But see, the thing is, those other times it was like, yeah, it was fine. Like sometimes I would switch it, sometimes I would stick to it. But the time that I really was like, nah, I'm sticking to my guns was for this stupid ass, like, for this song that I wrote that week. I had written it like 2 or maybe like a week before.
can I
But
kind of
like,
can I do the play by play of kind of how the fucking thing went? Or
after
no?
I give the story of
Okay.
the writing, yes, you can, and please do. But like, so I wrote it like a week before, and I spent the entire. I was so hyped after I wrote it. I wrote it in like one sitting after class at school, and I was like, yeah, this is it. And I was like, it's a groove, it's a vibe. I was like, it's so perfect for the vibe of the place,
She was nice. It was
and
really
it
nice.
it started great too. I might add, the performance started really well. But
I'll
like,
probably attach the clip of the fucking performance at the end of this podcast.
oh
So,
my god, that's insane. But like,
hey, with your permission.
I'm like, you supposed to be advertising. We're all advertising each other's best. I think is the goal. But
Hey,
like,
listen, this is kind of like the bloopers, though. It'd be like,
nah,
bro,
that's fair. The tragic bloopers. I was so mortified after that. That the rest of the night, I just wanted
I know
to
I gave you
shrink
my
away.
drink. I'm like, bro, just drink up.
I didn't even. No, I'm like, it didn't even affect me in a drunk way either.
I know.
But
It
like,
just like calm the nerves.
yeah. So I had written it, and I was practicing it every day until the show because I knew we were going, and I was like, I'm gonna have this ready. I'm gonna have it locked in. So I did. I memorized it, but there's a difference between just memorizing some shit and when you have it ingrained. And there's also certain techniques you can use, and I didn't have techniques as good as I do now for memorizing.
Mm-hmm.
And I just like, well, I I was practicing. This is how bad it was. I was practicing it because I was still trying to lock down the lyrics and make sure I was on point. I went to the bathroom while we were there to practice it in the bathroom. That's when you know it's bad. Like whenever if you're having to practice the lyrics
You were
at the
cramming
event,
the test, bro.
no, literally. That's like when niggas pull out their notebooks before the test in the classroom, and it's like you're not retaining anything you're looking at right now. Why are you even doing this?
You gotta chew gum. That's why you
So
fucked up.
yeah. Go ahead.
I
Tell
low key
the
might have fucked you up
experience.
by like saying, "Oh, you should perform." Fucking, if I was.
No, I mean no, because I was really excited. It was coming from a good place, and it did start really well, and people were feeling it. I could see the reactions, but to go from that to what it became was just horrific. It's like an actual car crash. Like,
I was just like, I started recording.
oh
And I
my
low key like, what? I was
God.
like, it wasn't as bad as you think it was, cause you
No,
kept
I
it going.
know, because people don't know
They don't
what
know
it's
you,
supposed to sound like.
cause you started repeating the same line, and I'm like, okay, he forgot his bars, but he's gonna make it sound like a chorus.
Yeah, I just was like, all right, I'm melodic my way to the
You
end
sing
of
that
this.
shit? He's like you. What's
It
it called?
was
Like the
brutal.
recovery is really nice though. Like I could like see that he like forgot, but the way he did it was like he repeated. He started kind of going off the top a bit, right? A little bit.
I don't even remember what the fuck I was
I'm
doing.
remember the video, but yeah. So kind of go off the top a bit, like after. Like I said, I'm gonna attach the video just
Watching that would be insane. I don't know if I'm ready.
I think I showed the video. Oh, no, actually, I think I told you. Do you want to watch the video? And you're
Oh
like,
my
fuck.
god. Yeah, I was like, I already know.
Yeah, but yeah, I think for like honestly, like as you said, like they don't know you fucked up unless you showed them that you fucked
Yep,
up.
that's always the
Because
rule.
obviously we don't have these songs out,
Yeah.
which is a problem.
Fact.
Gotta get these motherfuckers. I even told fucking Vince like I was talking about shit that like you're fucking and fucking in that one
Ugh.
in no risk. I'm just
Yeah.
like, damn, the audience is not gonna have any clue about this shit until it's out. So I'm like,
So true. Yeah, my ad libs, and people have told me like, start having like ad libs or just like backing vocals on the tracks too to add, because I really, we have high standards for ourselves, but we really appreciate the craft of artistry, of performance, and so I do hang my hat on not having backing tracks, not, disappearing into the track, but it can be totally done in a way where you are adding to it. You're not just saying it over it. You get to add something else
Yeah.
because that's going.
Like low key, like with like No Risk, that one song. Like when I don't hear the ad libs, I'm just like, there's space that should there's like the space
Yeah.
should be filled right there. And I'm not saying to have like
I
the whole
agree.
verse out,
I agree.
but just have the ad libs, or maybe like have some words be enunciated
Mm-hmm.
or like pronounced, not enunciated, but more just like have
Yeah.
emphasis. I think that's
Yeah.
the word. But yeah, usually that's why I have
Definitely.
my backing track. But
I mean, I love when you do that. Yeah, when you're doing it, that's always dope.
oh yeah, and like when
Or that's become really cool, like in the last couple times.
mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's just sick though, bro. Like hopefully like those type of what's it called, situations don't happen too much. They're gonna happen.
Oh yeah.
They're
I
gonna
mean,
happen. Like
it
even
is.
like I fucked up too. Like I fucking skipped to the whole second verse
No, I know.
of the song, and
I
I'm
mean,
like, what
yeah,
am
I
I
picked up
doing?
on that too. I feel like tonight was not a great night for anyone, but I think it was also like everyone was a little disappointed and unfocused. Not gonna lie, I think potentially
Potentially.
in terms of just like everybody was kind of except for Hope, Tron, they were on point. Malik was on point.
Yeah.
So let me chill. Not everybody, but like there were quite a bit of that. There was quite a bit of that going on. Yeah, but that was a terrible experience in the moment for sure. Like, and
What'd
to
you
have
feel?
to, I mean, oh my God, it was like, well, like when you hold yourself to a high standard with something, or you work really hard at something, and that's your shit. And also like that's your not just that's your shit, but that's who you are, that's your career path, like it's all there's a lot tied to that. So
Mm-hmm.
when you fail or when you fuck up, or I mean, forgetting lyrics to me is just one of the worst feelings when I'm on
That's
stage.
what I'm saying. You should learn how to freestyle. Just cause like that's always like a fucking
I
secret
mean, first
weapon
of
you could
all,
pull out of your like.
I know how to freestyle. That was kind of crazy. Just because I'm not at your level yet.
No, I'm just saying like
No, I know what you mean.
slip it in, just like
Oh my God.
my bad ASMR, but
And we trying to be sponsored. Sure.
liquid death hit us.
Damn.
Oh, shit, that shit was,
Oh my God, that's autumn too.
this shit was bright as
That's
fuck.
my roommate, y'all, pulling up on us because we're in the car.
We in
and
the car.
We're in the car studio. It's very professional.
She fucking
But
blindsided
like,
us with her fucking headlights.
those lights were beaming. Oh my God.
Oh shit, she's spinning the block.
No, honestly, she go park right here.
Damn.
Thank goodness. All right. She's gonna look at the fucking window and be like,
She hit the brake
and
lights.
for y'all that can't see that the backlights of the car are beaming too. Like this is we can't escape. But then I'm like, she's gonna walk past the window and be like, what the fuck are they doing? Or first she's gonna be like, who is that? Well, we'll see. She might not even notice. She probably got home from work. Let me stop exposing.
You're
I'll
just
be talking
narrating
about
her
everybody.
fucking way back home.
No, she's great. She's
She
one
just
of my,
opened her
one of
door.
my best friends, truly.
Oh, why she?
Oh my God. That's so embarrassing. And it's not even embarrassing because she doesn't even know. But like we totally thought she just. Or did you think she saw us?
I think she saw us, bro.
I thought she saw us, but like, and I waved, but she just like walked right past. She's tired. She was at work. Okay, she's going to sleep. But
Fuck,
it's
dude.
late. It's late. But
It's
yeah,
fucking
so
late.
it feels absolutely terrible to forget the lyrics, and especially, honestly, it wouldn't have even been as mortifying if it wasn't under the context it was under, because it was LA Open second time. First time I didn't get to perform. So it's for those of you listening, it was a new open mic that we had not hit before, but it was the most poppin' open mic that we had been to that point, and the one most aligned with our style and our energy, because Long Beach is dope, and we're about to bring that same versatility and energy to Long Beach
We
as
coming.
well, free flow. But it's like open mic wise, it's straight singer songwriter. Like 10, there's like, and I remember like it was tough initially because I was like, I'm not someone who's really about being like big fish in small pond. For me, like that's not how I improve. That's not how most people improve. Like, so for to get better, it was like I was like, damn, it's not great feeling like I'm not just on some like, oh yeah, I'm the best rapper in the room. I'm the only rapper in the room at a lot of places. Like that was tough. So
It's
it
like
was
there's no baseline to kind of like like go against,
there's
right? Like
just no or people doing different things, people doing things that people expanding your scope of that specific style.
right.
Because of course lots of other styles we were getting a lot of good info and experience and
Hmm.
exposure. But
You have like no idea kind of like where you stand on like let's say the
I mean, yeah,
what I'm
like
saying because like you kind of want to see like all right what type of competition am I up against and how can I make myself better?
well, just like yeah, well, for sure, like can being able to feel because you have the inner confidence when you get up on stage. You're like,
Right.
I'm gonna do my thing. But yeah, being able to feel when you're around others who do a similar thing,
And also
like
like appreciate it the same way.
I hold my own. I do my thing at a high level. So yeah, but so it was one of the first, probably the first place, one of the first like big major places that we found that where it was like a bunch of people, and so I was like, this was a place I was like, I really want to show up and show out. And I haven't been back to one yet since. We were supposed to go this past week, but like, so I haven't been back to one since. But I'm like, for it to happen under those circumstances where it's like a bunch of people that I don't know and the organizers, like, think about that too. Because when you fuck up, all this shit usually happens off invite.
You thought about all this when that shit happened?
When and after. I mean,
Damn.
I think about it. I had plenty of time to think about it. But like organizer wise, like when organizers or host wise, like when a host introduces you and they know what you do, you'll notice if they know the person
The way they
and
fucking
if
bring you
they
up.
fuck with the
Yeah.
person's stuff. Which I'm like, I'm not looking for the host to fuck with my stuff, but I'm looking to for them to know like, oh yeah, this is someone who's bringing a polished and precise, like performance wise, it's gonna be on point. You know, regardless of whether it's something I'd add to my playlist, whatever. Like I know they're bringing it. So it was like extra bad for me. But the universe, shout out the universe, Shiva, everybody, all the divine forces that contributed to guiding us there and guiding me there in that moment to that, because the us getting there early as fuck, which we be doing sometimes, meant that I went super. I might have gone for. I went first. I went first, and
Did you?
I usually never go first. That was at a time where you had been getting drawn first at a lot of events,
Yeah, that
and
shit
so
was
I went
annoying.
first, and it was like, okay, damn. I think that also threw me off a little bit. Not gonna lie, but like I already know we've covered it. I was not prepared to do that song yet, but like I went first, and there was not the room was like it plenty of people, but not enough to where it's packed. And I did my thing, and it was over in a flash, and went terribly. And then I sat down, and it sucked to have to stay there the rest of the night sitting on that. But like, and oh god, man, like when you're used to other artists or people in the audience, like you finish your set and you come in, people like, oh yeah, let's tap in or
Mm-hmm.
good shit. Not It
Yeah.
was on that shit where like people weren't even looking at me as an artist. Like we were sitting next to those bros who were the R&B bros who were with the
Yeah, 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 yeah.
the host group was sitting at the table we were sitting at or in the booth we were sitting at, and You started talking to them. I was antisocial as fuck,
You
of
were.
course. And
I didn't realize
but
like they were like thinking about all this shit because
but
I'm just like, oh,
nobody
you
was
fucked
thinking
up.
about like nobody
I don't
was
think nobody was
even.
thinking about it. I think you
I'm
just kind of
sure it's yeah, and that's that's natural. But
yeah.
so
I didn't think about that, bro.
thankfully though, going early, like it really filled. There a lot of people came in after the fact, and so it would have been even more terrible seeming, So I got thrown a bit of a lifeline to be like, hey, we had to put you through this so you know how to go about this next time, but like at least we made sure that not everybody saw, you know. So, but terrible feeling. It just made me even more kind of what I was already on, which is like when I perform, like no matter what, I want to have really gotten this stuff down, and then when I don't, I'll bring out the journal if I feel like I want to share something and I don't have it down. I'm like, I would rather bring that out.
It also feels like a lot better than a phone.
Oh yeah,
You know what I mean? Like it just looks a lot more like, oh,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. Because I mean, and we all have our phones out at these shows too, which is like that. When you said earlier tonight, talking to who were you talking to? But just like about having a no phone night
Oh yeah, 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 yeah.
somewhere,
We're I think it's
talking to
like
Parker
talking to
and
Law.
Law,
Yeah, Parker and
where
Law.
it was like
Shout out.
that was such a great idea, and it's so crazy that like it sounds fucking visionary and it's a great idea, but it's also like that's most of human history. Like that's
Yeah.
how we grew up, was like nobody had that. So, but now at this point, like yeah, that would be dope. Cause with the journal, like it sucks to be like looking down. You don't get to look into people's eyes, but it is yeah, look into people's eyes deeply and hypnotize them and be hypnotized, exactly. But like it's just like it still is, and it genuinely is like I assume for the audience it feels like you're sharing like your work with them for real, like you're sharing yourself with them in a way that with the phone is just like like I think people have more of a tendency, or at least when I see it, when like the phone's out, it's like, oh yeah, this is just to remember lyrics.
Mhm.
But like from what people have told me with the journal, it's like it feels a little more intimate than
It
like
does, just
that.
because like you had to write that down and also bring it with you,
Yeah,
and like
and I
you can
mean,
see that like you're that type of writer too. Cause
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. It helps that like when I'm used to reading my lyrics in the journal, but like performing them while I'm doing it. So when I'm performing, it still sounds like I'm actually performing it too.
Mhm.
Because I've had people tell me that, like, where they're like, it doesn't. Like we see you're like reading it, but it doesn't sound like you're reading it when you're doing it. So I'm like, that I think is part of it too. Where like sometimes with the phones, especially if it's like rap, like fast rap or something,
Mhm.
it's like you're so focused on like seeing the words and they're small as shit that it can lose some of the like just feeling.
Quick question:
Yeah,
how
yeah.
the fuck are you able to read your handwriting? Like I have that problem. Like I can't read my shit.
Damn.
Like like
See,
at dark
that's
side, so I'm like, bro, there's no light. Like how the fuck are
yeah.
you like able to see it?
I mean, that's where like you could print some shit out. I don't know, but I'm like,
No,
for me, it's not only being able to read my handwriting. That's part of it, but like my handwriting is honestly a lot more clean for like school notes and shit than for songwriting. When I'm songwriting, a lot of the time, like sometimes I really like to write it real nice, but like most of the time, especially when I'm writing like quickly or I'm in the zone, I'm just like like scribbling it on there, and I can read my handwriting for myself, but if it's also like when I'm performing out of the journal, I've done the songs at least a bit, even when if it was just when I was writing them, and so I've gone through and I've done my my mind, my body. I have the memory of how it goes and some kind of what's coming, even if I don't know exactly what word. It's kind of like it fills the blanks
It's
in a
like
little.
familiar in a way. Like it's like you kind of like
Yeah.
rather than like seeing the words, you're just like getting the same feeling. It's like when you're
Well, it's like glancing at the words,
yeah.
but like I don't always need to be intently reading it, so that helps when it comes to handwriting, because it's like, or shit, when I'm out there doing it, and like lighting is not great to be reading out of a book.
You just squint.
Well, that's why the phone is positive for the lighting, because yeah, when I'm reading out of a journal and there's like one big ass light pointed at the performer, I gotta bend it and bend the book towards the light, point it towards the light. But like,
It's like scripture.
yeah, and so that already makes it more difficult. But so the familiarity helps me for sure. Yeah.
I kind of want to go in a little bit of your like background as a writer, rapper, singer. Like, how did you kind of get your start? Because you said both of your
Um.
parents are poets, right?
Yep. Yep. My mom was an artist in all the way, like that artist type shit, where it's like, yeah, doing painting, drawing, learning languages, uh, poetry, and then my grandparents, I know, were like, you should like write to music or something, write songs to her. And she just didn't have enough time to be able to get into that, because I'm sure she wouldn't have minded. But like, and then my dad has like an interesting journey with it, because it wasn't like he grew up doing like all types of art stuff necessarily, but like he found poetry, and he used to take me to. We were just talking about this because he was just here, visiting, and so he used to take me to open mics. So he was the first one doing the open mics. Um, he used to take me when I was little, and he was like telling one story where like he was like up on stage, and I chose that moment to like run up. So he just like picked me up and then kept going. Um, but so yeah, from a young age, like I got to hear poetry at events and stuff, and then I saw it being performed, and it was in the house, like whether he was reading my mom's poems or his poems to me. We had one thing where we would write haikus, and that was kind of our thing for a while. And we would write them on colored index cards, and we would tape them around the door frame.
Hmm.
And so we just had like a door full of haikus that we had written. And so they were just like, yeah, there were all kinds of ways that it was
You're
always,
definitely like brought up in like a home of art.
yeah. So like with my dad, of course, with that background and many other things, but like my mom's family, um, I'm like the third generation of artists on that side, because it was me. It was me. It's me, now, and it was her. But my grandpa is an artist, and so he's like on the visual side, so printmaking and um, woodcuts, lino cuts, and things like that, screen printing, all kinds of stuff. But
I would say like this, like the dynamic that you're kind of explaining to me is like a little strange, just because I don't really have like you know what I mean. Like,
yeah,
so I come from like a family of like immigrants, right?
yeah,
And so I have no kind of like history. I mean, like, I'm probably like definitely back like ancestors are like probably scribbling on walls and shit. But you know what I mean?
well,
Like
like art. You mean like
like
a
art, yeah,
art
yeah. Like they're mostly
specific?
just hard workers, like laborious
Mm-hmm.
jobs. But in terms of like art or like music,
Yeah,
obviously my siblings, but they didn't stick with it. Like they went into the like actual
yeah,
like real jobs, quote unquote.
right. Or they
But
put it down
yeah, they
for
kind of put
those
it down,
things.
right? So like, kind of
Yeah,
like I have no what's it called, like guidance in terms of like being an artist, right? So it's kind of just like
Yeah.
me like laying this foundation and having it be a viable option, right? So
Mhm.
there's like you've already had that kind
Right.
of experience. Like I don't know if they are still artists or
Well, no, yeah, my grandpa, it's kind of insane. Like every year he's gotten like more and more going on
wait, I actually
the
remember like
older he
your
gets.
grandpa's a revolutionary artist, right, or something like that along
Yeah,
those lines.
political artist primarily, and has been since the 70s. And he started with the screen prints, like making posters for different movements, like Palestine all the way back then, um, and all kinds of stuff. South Africa, I mean, just like Cuba, like so. And that was after moving. He's from Watsonville, which I don't know if you know where that is, but most people don't know what the fuck
I know
Watsonville is.
Watts.
Not
No.
Watts. He's from Watsonville, which is a tiny little ass like Mexican Latino town in Northern California. It's like an hour from hour hour 20 from the Bay Area going south. Watsonville is like a little ass town. I mean, I love it. I grew up going out there. Great grandma Isabel's house. All the cousins being out there, tios. But like, so coming from that environment in the 50s, and realizing like he didn't want to stay there and just do what most people did, which is just stay there and get, like you said, like get a job. So it's great because it's like he is you in that way.
Mhm.
He was the one who was like, I'm not trying to just like work some job here, which there's nothing wrong with it if that's what you're cool with.
Yeah.
But for him, he knew that wasn't what he wanted, and so he went um, to San Francisco State. He moved, a little up north to big city, and started his journey. Started finding what he was into and pursuing art, and making connections the same way we're doing and you're doing. But it was like he was laying the foundation. So it's
Because I feel like like at least within family like
hmm
dynamics, like it can't become an option unless someone else in your family has done it before.
well, if they haven't, then it's not an option until you make it one.
That's what I mean. Like like
Yeah.
if it's like like a successful person, you know what I mean?
Well, it's not. So you mean like? Do you mean like it's not
At least for me,
seen as an
it's not
option?
seen as an option.
Yeah.
So like
Yeah.
obviously like fucking school is
Yes.
kind of placed on you like because
Mhm.
this is supposed like, at least school is supposed to be like
The golden
the
ticket.
golden ticket out of
Yeah.
fucking poverty. And I'm not saying that it isn't, but like as of recent years, we've seen like it's not the end all be all of like people
Nope.
still struggling out here. Like what the fuck?
It's not. It's all about you, really.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So like if I'm gonna struggle anyway, I know like I was chasing engineering and shit, like
Yeah.
mechanical engineering, but like, and
And
I
you have a
probably would have
great
been
you have a
better.
great job too
It would have been
around.
pretty good, but like, um, at least for just for me, like I don't think like it would have sat right in my heart to like
Mhm.
I at least chase that path. So
Or yeah, the idea of like always wondering and being like,
yeah, I'm
damn, I
like, what
wish
the
that I had
fuck?
at least tried.
Because like at least that path it was like given to me. Obviously,
Yeah.
just to like get out of like all right, my goal in mind is to get my parents out, and be kind of like the golden ticket, right, golden child type shit.
Mhm. Well, you like to me, you are like I said, like you remind me of my grandpa in that way of like you're a trailblazer for yourself and but not just for yourself because if you think about it, this is for your family's future too. Like you will be the one to make it okay for the next kids and the next generation, your nieces and your nephews and kids, whatever, like, and their kids to be like, oh, we can. Maybe it's not even music or art,
No,
but
just like
just we
something.
can we can pursue something that we feel connected to, like, and that's okay.
Yeah.
And making that transition, because someone, if they feel it in the family, someone has to make that transition. So you are that, and so for me, when I look at you, like I'm always in awe and just proud and inspired, and because like you said, there you don't have a blueprint, but you also there's not the even just the emotional backing or support or
They
echo
don't know.
chamber. You know,
They don't know
that's what I'm saying, which I don't like, but I'm like
anything.
that'll change eventually. It'll have to, but like you just keep Batmaning your shit till the end of time, where
Literally.
we're like 30 and
I'm just
we're
gonna pop. I'm gonna
successful as
pop
fuck
out with
with
like
it,
some fucking like.
and they're like they still don't know. They still think you work at the same
Be
spot or some shit, and you like well, you got
like
three houses and
they see me
shit.
on the Super Bowl. Be like,
Oh my
oh, that'd be a great
god!
way to pop out.
Finally, oh my
Oh,
god! Actually, yeah,
that'd be
that's
hard.
okay. See, yeah.
He's on a
We can
business
wait a
trip.
little bit, yeah, but I'm just here for work.
Literally, be like, "Hi, mom." Oh shit.
Oh yeah, yeah, facts. That would be
Hope
pretty
she's
cool.
alive back until then. But yeah,
Definitely, absolutely, yeah. But yeah, so I'm like, cause yeah, you're doing it, like, and 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 it's so real that we college is viewed highly as it should be because higher education is a privilege and there's a lot that of positive that can come from it. I mean, still, like we've talked about this, like even though you didn't choose to complete that journey in its typical context, you made connections. You still have you. A lot of what we've been able to build has been from things that came from your time there. Same with me. Like I didn't even go to college for the academics initially. Still, still sometimes I'm like, oh, what the fuck am I gonna do with this? But like,
I told you,
I
bro.
went for the connections. I went to be around young people and artists and creative people and to build something. And so it's like that's another aspect of it where I'm like, it can do a lot more than just the academic side or the degree side, but like you don't need it if you have something that you have in mind that you're like I can achieve this without that. Like and I have the drive for it. Like that's the true test. Like I was doing orientation presentations to students coming in, freshmen, transfers this summer. Over like 800 students I must have talked to. And it would just be like there would come a point in the presentation where I was just like y'all know or for the transfers I was like y'all probably already know. For the freshmen I was like I want you guys to be aware that like the degree is literally a piece of paper. Quite straight up, it's just a piece of paper. It is about what you do in your time here or like what you do with yourself. So that transfers to outside of college. Like anything in life is about what you are able to create for yourself.
Because everybody in the college is gonna have the same opportunities. They have the same what's it called, like areas to work in, even like resources. So given these
Somewhat.
same like, what do you mean?
Well, cause I mean, like,
In
there's a.
terms of like what's offered by the school, right?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. I
Like
got you. I
and
got
not
you.
like yeah,
I
not
was
like
like,
financially,
I was
but
like,
I'm saying
somewhat,
yeah,
but
yeah.
yeah, I
But like
feel
what's
you.
offered by school. So
Yeah, yeah.
what will you do
True.
with what the same baseline is given when it comes to school?
That part. Oh man, and it's so vast too that like most of us don't know about even even 50% of all the things that we could be utilizing. It's just there's so much, and it's hard to even know about all of it.
Did you know that there were studios on the music side of campus?
Yep.
Yeah,
And the library in the basement. I'm pretty sure.
that part.
Which yeah, I know. I know a dude, Quest. Shout out Quest, but like and I think his real name is Amaru, and that's my brother's name. But like, I think he had told me. I think he records at the school, and I met other people who mainly use the school too. I'm like, that's what's up. If I didn't have the room set up, I would be over there for sure.
Even connecting to the people at the 22 West. Shout out 22 West.
Yo, that's what I gotta get on for us for free flow, cause I'm like, and for just music, like, cause they'll let you book radio slots where you just play your shit.
Mhm.
I'm like, you could swing by and we could just
That's what I'm saying. Like in terms of just like using
think
your
about that.
resources, because when I was there, like obviously I was just doing engineering, so I had no
Yeah.
like time like for that. So
But I'm like, I got one more year, so we have a full year, already started. But like, we have a year where we can use these resources still. So
yeah, so y'all just
shout
kind of
out.
getting. Oh,
Yeah,
go ahead.
yeah. Go ahead. I was.
Y'all just kind of getting like into the process of like how we think. Like, okay, how are we
Yeah.
gonna make this shit a little bit bigger? So there's a little like insight into that, but
Mhm.
yeah, like at least like I guess I said this on last time, but the point of this free flow movement, collective lifestyle, is just to essentially bring artists together. Just because we feel like that, at least for me, like the reason why you might have like something different if you want to go ahead and first,
What-
like in terms of free flow,
Just in terms of why we're doing it.
like why we're doing it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I've been yapping. Go ahead. You go.
Okay. Yeah. So at least for me, like the reason why I want to do this is just because like at least for like in Long Beach, I want to have a community to kind of like have and not feel so like because when I went to LA, I was just like, oh my god, oh my, like
Mm,
what the fuck, like I did not know
the
like there was
possibilities.
like so many people out here like that were kind of like me in terms of, like that creative.
Mhm.
So it kind of like brings a little bit of that energy to Long Beach where I'm from, you know.
Yeah.
Um, and also like not be boxed in because you know like we are mainly like hip hop artists and stuff like that, but like we make hip hop, but that's and like we rap and stuff, but we make different. I like, or at least I like trying to like hop into different things. So at least this is something we've been doing as of recently. But our studio sessions where we invite artists from like different backgrounds and having them kind of sit in one room, and I go into their world or they might come into ours, just so like we're not like just on one lane, and you know
Mhm.
maybe we might like, oh shit, like I actually kind of like fuck with how that sounds, or
Mhm.
the other way around. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely. All of that for sure. But yeah, for me, like it's. I mean, the first thing was like something with my boys. Like we've, found each other in various ways, thankfully, and like it's been what I remember feeling for these past few years, like damn man, like I would look at other artists or people I knew who were, at a different place than I was at with it, and I would just be like, man, like they're surrounded by people who are doing this shit. I mean, definitely, like there are people who are at like music schools, so that's a whole nother level of assistance and support. But like, I would just be like, man, I'm alone. Like, if only I had a team. If only I had people who like I could rely on, and I who could rely on me, and we could work together. Like, then it just wouldn't feel so hard to do all this or so insurmountable. And so that, you know, finding that with you guys is like that, but even beyond that, just like friends, genuine friends, um, in what I do, in who I am, in my passion as well, um, is so cool for me. At least first and foremost, because it's like I wouldn't have been down to even do what we're doing with it just anybody, but like with us when from all when we first started talking about it and the names were popping up and out of thin air, like it flowed naturally, pun intended, not intended but intended, but like so that, and then like you said, like being able to bring something to Long Beach, which is my found home, my second home now that I've been able to build community and a life in, being able to bring our unique selves, because it's not just it's not for me, like I'm my identity, and I've become more clear on this very recently in my life, but like my identity is not one thing. My identity is that I am all a bunch of different things, like, and so when musically, like you said, like, yeah, hip hop is me. Hip hop is us. But it's not, that's not where it ends. That might not be where it starts, you know, like, or at least for me, that wasn't even, yeah, that wasn't where it started. But so, being able to bring our unique energies and vision and artistry and stories to this place, and of course we're expanding that, and then resonating with other people who want to do the same, um, creating a space, because this is my thing. I'm like, especially LA, like I'm one of those people who moved out to LA. I'm so glad I ended up in Long Beach, even though I didn't know shit about it before moving, because it's down to earth, it's chill. Before and it's close, so we can get to LA. But like for people, moving out, it's like this whole idea for artists and things, especially like entertainment people, it's this there's this this idea of like, oh yeah, you're going out to LA, so yeah, so basically you want to connect with all the people who are in, and you want to network and meet all the major people and go to the Hollywood parties, and then you get signed by someone at a party or some shit, some record label, some record manager or whatever. And for me, I'm like,
It's that social climbing. It's just, ugh.
it's beyond even that. It's like I've noticed, just in terms of like, I've hit people up on Instagram that I used to know too. So not just strangers, but like same thing. Vince was talking about struggling hitting people up as a producer, and people of a certain, even literally just sometimes down to follower count, will like not respond. And it's like, you would think as an artist, but these are people who have stuff going on and maybe are being hit up by a number of people. So for me, I was like, yeah, I've hit up people, and people who I knew, or who we were connected or have been connected, and to be like, yeah, let's reconnect, and heard nothing. And so for me, that was kind of a moment of like, or those times have been moments where I've been like, uh, Busta Rhymes said it the best. So to quote to quote my all-time favorite rapper, if you ain't gonna be part of the greatest, you got to be the greatest yourself. Or what he really said is, if I'm not gonna be part of the greatest, I got to be the greatest myself. And so that's my vision with Free Flow, and for us is like, we like, of course, are not. The whole point is connection. So we're not gonna be like, oh no, we don't want to connect with anybody who's like got connects, or is at a certain level.
The
Not
point
at all.
is just
But
network with your peers.
well, network with your peers. But I'm like, I want us to make ourselves undeniable, inevitable. Like, we we're not trying to be part of someone's group and pander and do all that shit, because we are going to be the group.
You know what
You know what I mean?
do you know that Bruce Lee be like water?
Flexible and
We're just
flowing.
saying, like you know how like a rock might be in the way, but water will slowly erode it after like hella time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
free flow.
I was trying to connect the dots on that one, but I'm like, I see what you're
You know what I'm
saying
saying?
too.
Like
Well,
pretty
yeah.
much saying being
Or like
undeniable in terms of just
yeah, I totally see what you're saying. Or like water being stopped by a dam, that's just not gonna last forever.
yeah.
Like, so it's a nature. It's a force of nature that is in its nature. It's unstoppable. And so that's what for us, what I want is just like, we're creating space for ourselves and for others that is not, instead of us waiting or asking for someone to give us a shot, I want us to create
The opportunity
our
ourselves.
opportunities, to create our, you know, to create everything we can for ourselves. And from there, of course, be able to branch out and to delegate and do all that. you know, they say it gets easier and harder at the same time. So
That's me on a good night.
oh my God, you just had to get that off.
I did.
But like,
Yeah. Gotta end it off.
we'll see. Yeah, yeah.
We'll see.
Damn, how long have we been in here?
We did an hour.
Nice.
Yeah, but that we're probably gonna conclude it right there. I think that's a good note to end off.
Yeah,
on.
yeah. Be like water.
Be like water, Bruce Lee. Type shit.
Busta Rhymes.
Yeah. But thank you for tuning in. I have been Renee. This has been
Azul Azar.
Azul.
Or Azul
There you go.
Azar. You say my
right.
name correctly.
Exactly.
Shit.
Blue.
Yeah.
And this has been Water Break. We'll catch you on the next one. I have no idea who the next person is gonna be. Actually, I do have the. I
Oh
do.
my
I do. I do know who's gonna be the next person. It's gonna be both Azul and both Vi.
It's gonna be everybody.
It's gonna be us three.
Yeah.
So, or maybe I'll just do a solo podcast. I just talk to myself. We'll figure it out. But yeah, see you on the next one.